Hi folks, I'm David Hilton, and I'm here today to introduce my new book, Spark, Taking Your Business from Struggle to Significance. Over the years, I've worked with over 300 entrepreneurs to help them build their businesses. I've in fact built a good-sized business over the past 40 years, and it wasn't always easy. I went through, in my business development, through stress, burnout, frustration, wanting to give up many days. But somehow or another, I found a way to get through it. And back 40 years or so ago when I got started, there weren't really books like this out there. There were different kinds of business books, but nothing that really dealt with those kind of issues. And yet over the years, what I found is so many small business people suffer with the stress, the burnout, the frustration, thinking that it's not possible for them, thinking this just can't be done. And the cool thing is that I've discovered through my own challenges of stress, burnout, frustration, in my early 20s, I was a basket case with stress. Sometimes in and out of hospitals and so forth and things like that with stress. And it was just unnerving, but I knew there had to be a better way. So I got on a path of trying to figure out what that better way was. And this book, in many ways, is a little bit of a documentary of my business, but not really about my business. In fact, we wrote it in a novel-like fashion, a story of Jack, in this particular case a carpenter, but he could be any business there is, because all business is pretty similar. The technology of different businesses change, but Jack had those struggles. Jack had his dream of starting a business, much as you may have or have had in the past, as I had. And he had his dream of it, but he wasn't clear on his purpose. I know I wasn't really clear on my purpose. Perhaps you're not either. Unfortunately, many business people I work with aren't really clear on their purpose, and it's one of the biggest challenges there is. We don't really know truly where we want to go. Oh, sure, we might want to make more money, or I might want to have more time off, but we don't really know why, and therefore we get stuck when we hit those roadblocks. I know I did. And so having that clear purpose, understanding your driving force, understanding your creative force within you, and really valuing those is going to help you get through those tough times. And the tough times are going to happen, folks, in business. I've been through them, you've been through them, all small business people have been through them. We're going to help you through that through this book. The next biggest piece is poor management. We weren't born managers. I know I wasn't. You probably feel the same way too. I know it's an experience I have all the time. And as we go through Jack's journey, he struggles with it as well. And he bumps into some significant problems with employees and so forth. But at the same time, through his mentor in the book, Vernon, he learns how to manage a team to high performance. And the cool thing about managing a team to high performance is that small team, and you don't need a big team, maybe 2 or 3 people, but on the other hand, you may be building a company that's more substantial or bigger. That's your choice. Your goals are your choice. But you're going to have a team around you. And that team around you is really important because that team delivers your customer satisfaction. That team helps keep you focused on the things that are most important to you, that you're very best at, and that are going to help you be most successful. And the third component that causes failure, but is also a piece that was solved in this book, is the failure to understand our customers. You may have the very best product available in your community for what you serve, for what you do, whatever that happens to be, whatever service or product you create, and yet we still miss the customer. And that's a very frustrating piece, because missing what the customer wants, which may not be exactly what you think is the best, is a really important reason for the cause of failure and why we get frustrated when we see our customers go to a competitor. Now, in my particular business, I happen to compete against $1 billion corporation on a regular basis with all the fancy training and everything they had, and yet I was a mere small fraction of their size company. But I came to the customer from my heart. What I really came to understand was the customer, the person buying, and what they truly wanted. and help show them I was probably the best to get it. And we won 7 out of 10 times. And it's a very doable thing. You'll see how Jack does it in the story as well, and you'll learn from Jack's experiences how you can do it as well. Now, folks, if you've enjoyed books over the years, I know I got a lot out of a book called E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. And if you've enjoyed books like that, written as a novel, but really getting the key business lessons in, I think you're truly going to enjoy this book. Lily Englehart, a successful small business person who was a startup I worked with, and she's now very successful in business. She wrote the foreword for this book, and she began reading it as a business book and very quickly got absorbed into the story, enjoyed it as a novel first, and came back and reread it as a business book. Now, to help you get the most out of it as a business book, but also enjoy the novel, I'm going to be providing you a bonus with the book of my study guide to help you really make sure you get the key business lessons from this book. Now, the book is coming to you for free. We're going to be giving away 500 copies of the book. All we ask is a small shipping charge. In fact, if for whatever reason you decide this book wasn't worth it for you, I'll even refund your $7.95 shipping charge. But I think you're truly going to benefit and enjoy this book. And what I'm really looking for is I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts, but most importantly, I'd like to hear your success in life. I'm David Hilton, and I look forward to sharing my thoughts with you, but I really look forward to your success in hearing your thoughts about how you've done that.